to thank Joe English, a project coordinator of the FireSafe Council, for coming tonight and for rearranging his schedule. And the FireSafe Council, Joe will explain to us what their goals and objectives are. So thank you all for coming.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for having me. My name is Joseph English. I'm a project coordinator with the South Santa Clara County FireSafe Council. Just to give you a bit about the FireSafe Council, the Santa Clara County FireSafe Council has a defensible space chipping program that is free. It's a free service provided by your local non-profit FireSafe Council through federal and local grants and contributions. This program brings a chipper and a crew to your property to chip the material you have prepared. The ultimate goal in this is to create a nice defensible space in the event of a wildfire coming through, at least about 100 feet. When you think about defensible space, they recommend from the house to about 5 feet to be a non-combustible zone. And then from that 5 feet to 30 feet, you want to have a clean, green area, and then besides that, you want to make sure that you want to clear 10 feet around your chimneys, remove any limbs overhanging your roof, reduce the fuel 30 feet from the roads, and clear 14 feet over and 12 feet wide on your driveway. For more information about creating defensible space, you can visit us at our website, www.sccfiresafe.org, or you can call 408-975-9591. With that being said, I do have applications that you can fill out and turn in facts, or you can actually go on the website and put in an application. We're hoping to do some chipping sometime in May. That's going to give everybody adequate time to create their defensible space. Once you put an application in, myself or one of the other project coordinators will come out to your house, do a site visit. Ultimately, we want to make sure everything is accessible from the roads. We'll hire a chipper for maybe 1 or 2 or 3 days, depending how much participation we have, and they'll just kind of come through the neighborhoods and chip everything. Once we chip it, you have one of two options. We can actually leave the chips there that you can use for a mulch, or we can take them, and if there's any particular houses that want more mulch than the chipping that they have, we can leave it there, or we can do like a community mulch pile somewhere where everybody can kind of come as the season goes to grab some mulch. With that being said, that's kind of my spiel regarding that. I'm happy to answer any questions that anybody has. I'm really accessible. I live here in Morgan Hill as well, so I can always come and do a site visit before you create your defensible space if you wanted to ask me questions what you should cut or what you shouldn't cut. Okay? All right. Yes, sir.
This application is for the chipper program?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So we have the application for the chipper program. We have it here on paper. You can also go on the website. There's another program that we have, and the name is, I'm not thinking of it, but ultimately it's for anybody that's on a fixed income or are disabled and they're not able to actually do the work. We can come out and hire a contractor to come do the work for you, and we do that for one time. And you can also find that on our website as well. Yes, sir.
To bring the chipper to your residence, how much do you need to be chipped to make it justifiable?
It's any amount is fine with us. Ultimately, what we're going to do is hire a chipper on a day basis. So based on how many applications, I can see if it's going to be 1 or 2 days. So a lot, a little, it doesn't matter. If you're creating a defensible space, we'll be happy to come and chip it for you.
Joe, what kind of plants do you not want to have in that? I assume you don't do poison oak, that kind of thing, when you're clearing.
Right. So you don't want to have any poison oak that we chip. You don't want to have any loose leaves. Everything needs to be limbs. All the information is on the application. There's like 20 do's and don'ts that kind of help you figure out what to do with it. Yes, sir.
I'd add broom and the pampas cress, because those will be in seed at that time. The broom species and the pampas grass would be in the mulch wherever you put it.
Right.
Okay. Be careful.
Yes, sir.
What's the maximum diameter that you can chip?
You know, that's changed over the years, and I'll just read it right here. I believe it's going to be 8 inches, correct? 8 inches in diameter.
It was 6.
It was 6? Yeah, they bumped it up to 8, which is good. Now, don't get me wrong, if there are bigger pieces, whatever chipper we have, they'll cut it down for you as well. So if it's bigger than 8 inches in diameter, just still bring it out. They'll trim it up, chop it up, you know. Yes, ma'am.
So if I'm putting my pile of limbs and things like that, is there a certain way I have to store it? Is it a certain place on my property I have to put it to give it, for you guys to have access to it?
As long as we can access it from a road, we're going to be fine. And if there's any questions regarding any property, I'll be happy to come out before you do the cutting and say, hey, this might be the most appropriate spot to put the limbs.
So if I were to have you come out, do I need like a week or two to schedule an appointment of your time?
No, I live here in Morgan Hill. I work nights on the county ambulance, so like during the day, I'm usually available, and weekends as well.
How clean should the limbs be that you're going to chip? I'm looking at branches that are going out. You have to cut the branches off?
No, sir. You can leave it exactly how it is. The only thing that gets us is like if, let's say you started like a pile and it's been over the years, and now you've got dirt and you've got rock in there, then that becomes an issue for us. But as far as the limbs and the branches, it's fine.
Would you go in the backyard and haul it out, or does it have to be at the driveway?
It has to be at the driveway. Now, sometimes the chippers will work with someone if they can't get it out to the front, or if I come and do a site visit and you need me to move a few things, I've got a pair of gloves in my glove box. I'll be happy to move it for you. It's not a big deal for me. Any other questions?
Is there any limitation as to how big the pile can be?
No. We do a lot of work up in the foothills of Uvis and everything, and I'm working on a project in Loma Chiquita, and there's a house that has 40 feet by 8 feet tall by 6 feet wide. So, you know, people create defensible space, we'll chip it. So it doesn't matter how much it is.
Can you explain, so if you come to my house and I just had done some yard work, but is it all going to be considered defensible space, my pile? Will there be any limitations of you taking my pile into your...
As long as we can chip it, no limitations regarding it.
Is your telephone number?
My phone number is not on here, but I can go ahead and give it to Gail.
Okay. Do you have something you're going to give us with phone numbers?
Yeah, I actually have these applications you can take with you. It has a lot of information. If you want, I can actually write my phone number on the top of these. Otherwise, it's going to go through our other project coordinator, and then they're going to call me anyway. So come straight to me for it. Yeah, save a step. I work on the county ambulance, and I volunteer with the fire department, so a lot of times I can't get back for maybe a day or two. I just ask for you to be patient with me. I try to, bunch everything together when I can.
Joe, if you'll write your number one time on an application, I can copy it.
Okay,
Before you want to
perfect.
others.
As time goes on, when I was younger, you could write all day, and now everything's computerized. So right when you start writing, you start getting cramps really easy. So I do appreciate that.
No problem.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Gail, can I get it from next door? Will you post it on next door?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Perfect.
That's good. Yeah, I'll run one of those forms onto next door, I'm assuming, and then,
Yeah, I believe the form that I emailed you might have been the 2015.
yes.
And this is the new 2016, which I believe is the 8-inch diameter. So
Okay, I'll make sure. I
Okay.
write one on there.
perfect. Thank you.
Are you already scheduling these visits elsewhere?
Yes, we do them. I get applications throughout the year. So what I do is right when I get an application, I call the homeowner, let them know, hey, I got your application. Is there a good day? Now, you don't have to be there for me to do the site visit. If you've already got your limbs out there, I can do it without you there, or we can schedule something where you are there as well. But I do it throughout the week, throughout the month. So there's no particular day.
Yeah, we had a 3-foot long pile chipped on Martin Luther King Day, mostly Bacchus. And one of the things that made it real helpful for you to pick it up and put it in there, and also to get the stuff down the hill, is you have the trunk, the point, and then it follows like that. If you bring it out and point the point toward the curb, they can pick it, you can get it there much easier. and they can pick it up easier and put it in. If you're trying to cut it all little kinds of branches, how do you get it to the curb?
Right,
point.
exactly. And it's actually on this application, it talks about how you should put the limbs. Just because like if you say you just grab that trunk and just throw it in a chipper, makes it a little bit easier for the contractor to do it. All right, any other questions? Well, I certainly appreciate you guys having me.
Thank you so much.
Not a problem, thank you.